My name is John, and I am here with.
Anitha, kongkeo.
Awesome. And what do you love to do?
I love creating art, whether that's car related, welding related, or tattoo related.
Really?
Yes.
And you do both of those things?
I do both of those things. I originally did work on cars. I started working on small engines and stuff in high school, doing like lawn mowers and stuff like that, picking up snow plows like off the street just to fix them. So I grew up liking taking things apart, putting it back together. It's very fascinating, very satisfying. And then I started working at an automotive shop, and I worked there for 5 years. Love everything that I gained there. It was definitely a different world from what I'm doing now. The satisfaction is definitely different. You take everything apart, you give back the customer their car, and everything's perfectly A1. I started there, and then I had transitioned into welding, and welding is another art in itself, and just having a steady hand and creating beautiful welds with different colors in them, super dope. And then I eventually went into tattooing. Now every day I get to put art on people, and they get to walk out and they're super happy with it.
When did you start drawing?
So I've always drawn since like high school. I did really love art class in high school. I did transition out of art classes into small engines though during my senior year, so I didn't do too much. Right. So on the side, I do love painting a lot. That is probably my forte. So here and there, just all my free time that I get to spend.
What's your main thing right now you say you want to flourish in?
My main thing is to be able to tattoo somebody's actual photo onto their skin and have it look exactly the same. That's what I'm trying to reach.
So it's just like the tattooing aspect.
Yes. Tattooing has taken up a lot of time, so unfortunately don't get to touch cars too much, but I have a few projects coming in here, so in a couple of years.
I see. Yeah, you guys got some stuff in the works.
Yeah, exactly kind of why I left the car industry, because I loved it as a hobby, but doing it every day, it made me lose some of my passion for it. So after work, I wouldn't want to do it anymore, and I do a lot of side work, so I just didn't have a passion for it. So I was like, hey, I need to do something else to take my mind off of it.
Where were you born?
So I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, but I was only there until 4 or 5, so I don't remember much, except for stubbing my toe and ripping it out. But it was very traumatic, so I don't know why I remember that. But my parents are from Laos. My dad actually, his parents are from Laos and Thailand, so he's Thai and Lao, and then my mom is Hmong. She's originally from Laos as well. They actually met through the Vietnam War, so they were both farmers. Both of their family are farmers. His parents were mostly in the meat industry. His dad was the mayor of the village, so during the Vietnam War, my mom had gotten separated from her family, and then that's how they met, and then they continued the meat industry. And it's crazy because they have this a Hmong radio, and they kind of cast out different things, and during that time, her parents were looking for her, and they actually got in contact with her through a reporter, and she was able to come to here.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is the biggest struggle for you right now?
I think at the end of the day, not that race or sexism is it's gotten a little better, I mean, not to where it should be. I think sometimes people might choose other people over me for whether that's my car stuff, whether that's my art stuff, just because of what color I am or where I'm from, or right. So I think that's the hardest part, but I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, so I just kind of let people see who I really am right away, just so that they can kind of vibe with my energy. So in different aspects, in the car aspect, women aren't taken seriously. So when I was working as a technician, it took me so much more to reach the level of respect that everybody else got. But I mean, it's all just your work ethic, I feel like. And that's the hardest part, is just being able to have everybody else realize what you're worth. I grew up and people are always like, oh, you shouldn't do that, you're a girl. You shouldn't do this because you're a girl. And it's why?
People just inflict their fears onto us. So
right.
What's the one thing that makes you the most happiest right now?
So I have this client, and she comes in every couple of months, and she just kind of lets me have full range of creativity on her tattoos. Yeah, and she just kind of gives me a general idea, and I actually just did another one on her a couple of days ago. And
what is it?
It's a traveling theme, so it's kind of travel-y, adventurous. She wants a few books thrown in there, so.
If you could give a piece of advice to your younger self, or someone who's younger than you that's trying to do it,
I want to tell her that, yeah, maybe you're going through some hard times, but as long as you work hard and you're persistent with your work and you have good work ethic, anything is possible. Whatever you open your mind to, you can do it. There is no stopping you except for yourself.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you talking to me, and I am John, and speaking with
Anitha, kongkeo.